All right, we are live. We have another Gotham live show discussion for all of you. Episode 3 of season 3, Look Into My Eyes. This episode blew my mind, and it's probably not the moment that all of you expected that blew my mind, but there was a surprise return to Gotham that just, you know, Jordan, you know.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, before we get into the review, I recorded my reaction and I lose my mind. And I lost my mind so much I actually mispronounced his name. And I feel horrible.
Falcone.
I know I said Falcone, and then I put in quotations in text, Falcone, you idiot, as I'm editing. And I'm like, oh, but I loved it so much because he pops back up. It's like season 1, he's a big arc. Season 2, he just pops up randomly in that diner. Season 3 just shows. I love it. I love that he just randomly just appears.
So we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves because the big reveal of him was at the end of the episode. But I had to bring this up right now because holy shit. And we're not gonna talk about it yet. But the big connection between some of the characters now is just. Wow, how did that even happen? That actually happened, and they're going this direction with the show. And I am happy to say it looks like they are not doing anything with this just love triangle thing. It's gone. Goodbye.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
I'm being positive. I
know. I like the I want this to not happen. I want this to go the direction you want to, not the love triangle.
Yeah.
Get that up there. Let's go this direction. I'm excited. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, at the beginning of the episode, Jim and Valerie did the deed, and Valerie was like, thanks. That was great. Later. Like, peace.
She was gone. And let me tell you, I was so happy when she walked out that door acting that way because I do not like what they did.
I respect her more as a character now that she was just like, later.
But she still did it. That's the
yes, but
she just stepped up and said, nope, I'm not interested in being with you. And we didn't see the rest yet. No, we saw her in the mayor thing, but she wasn't really featured in the episode that much. So
okay. Yeah, so a lot happened in this episode. And I think besides what happened with Valerie and Jim, another thing, I was cheering, and I am voting for him. Well, if it was an election, I would vote for him. Penguin is running for mayor.
They're going the Batman Returns route. That's what they're doing right now.
Yes.
It makes more logistical sense in this because he actually has a platform to run on. He's wanting to get rid of these monsters. He's wanting to, all this stuff he's trying to do. And that's what his platform was. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do it because this other guy told me at Batman Returns. He actually has a reasoning. And you saw Gotham stands behind him, so I'm excited. What does this mean for Gotham? Because he'll become mayor. You just know that's what they're doing. I mean,
Butch's face when Oswald announced that he was running, Butch was like, aw, damn it. What now? How am I going to deal with this crap? I love, he's just like he's a treat. Butch is such a treat on the show. And I can't wait till he goes like crazy Butch again. Because right now he's at his, okay, I need to play it cool because everyone else is like,
yeah. I like him being the secondary character though. I understood the when they went in the direction of Butch being kind of the main dude when Tabitha was with him in the second half of season 2. But I like him being Penguin's right-hand guy because that relationship works so well, and it's better now because Penguin's not holding him over something. Like where Penguin's trying to control him and force him to do stuff. He's just now working with the Penguin. I like this relationship because it's so adorable. It's just to see them two interacting and seeing Butch go, oh, really? But he just goes with it because, it's Penguin.
And I'm glad he's not like a zombie like he was when he was serving him way back when, I really I enjoyed this episode. Now, I know you have issues because you are even more DC centered than I am. And I love DC a lot as well. But a lot. They introduced in this episode the Mad Hatter version, the Fox Gotham Mad Hatter version. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed the play-by-play, but I'm kind of already bored with it and would like him to just be like, bye, unless he gets better. I don't know. The acting was decent, but I think, I don't know, there were some holes in a lot. There was a lot of holes.
It felt weird because it was just all of a sudden he just pops up in Gotham, and they focus a lot on him immediately. It's not like they just gradually introduced him. They just went full force, but they did a lot with his character. The actor, I don't know his name, unfortunately, but he was good on The Walking Dead, because he was on The Walking Dead.
Wait a minute. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait, was he the dude with the thing in his forehead?
Yeah, same dude.
Oh, I knew he looked familiar. Oh.
Yeah. I liked his villain type character in The Walking Dead, but here it just felt like he was forcing it too much. He was overacting in some spots. There was a point where the woman in the house asked, "Who are you?" And he's standing far away in the hallway, and he starts doing this rhyme that he does. But when he says the word ghost, sounds like he says ghost, and he's supposed to be rhyming it. Like I hunch like a ghost, something you love most or whatever. But when he says ghost, it sounds like goss, so it's ghost most. It doesn't rhyme. It sounds really weird. His voice just doesn't fit the Mad Hatter, in my personal opinion. It just feels out of place, especially with that. There was the one scene where he was interacting with Barbara and Tabitha, and they're smooth and they're just, kind of like, who is this guy or whatever. They're asking questions. It just feels really strange because the guy, it feels like he's playing it up too much. He's not relaxing. He's not on their level. He's just trying too hard, in my personal opinion. Will it get better?
Hopefully.
I hope, but I don't know. I don't know what to think.
At least that was just his introduction. Sometimes there've been a few characters on the show that have kind of started off rocky, and then all of a sudden they're just like, whoosh, they're on the level, and we really love them. But I mean, it was his first. We're in the third season. A lot of the characters are very well developed, and now they're bringing in this new character. And maybe, I don't know how they filmed it, because sometimes they film a certain thing. They could have filmed part of this episode and filmed another part for another episode, and you never know how the production goes. But I mean, I agree with you about the way he was portrayed. I thought the relationship between him and Alice was a little, I don't know. I enjoyed the Alice character more than him.
Yeah, because they at least gave a little explanation of what her thing is about her blood being mixed with some type of poison that will immediately get somebody sick and turn them. I don't know what she meant by.
I don't know. It was weird. That was weird.
Was it like a zombie-esque thing? Is that what? Because it felt like that. Because as soon as Jim opened that door, that guy jumped out and attacked him and was screaming, and I didn't understand.
And apparently it spreads from human to human. Like, it doesn't, because she said, did his blood touch you?
And he said no, which if he said yes, then I guess he would have turned. But turned to what?
Yeah. That was left unclear. I don't like holes. I don't like stuff like that. They throw something, they dangle in front of you, and they're like, nah, we'll tell you later. I just don't think there was enough. There wasn't enough explanation right there.
I didn't like that, but I think next week's episode with the promo looks like Jim still has Mad Hatter stuck in his head because the trance wasn't fully taken out. So that could go in a very bad direction, or it could be done well, but I don't know, because the Mad Hatter's still going to be in the episode. So it's like, well, if he's better in this episode next week, then I will say, okay, well, I'll pass on the third episode, but at least he picks it up. But I guess it just depends on how they handle it, because I mean, we still have other stuff we have to look after too. Because I mean, she shot her brother. She shot him.
Yeah.
It must not have been a fatal shot because he ran away.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing, all of a sudden she shows up on the roof. I thought that was that. When I saw that, I thought that was a little just. Is she following Jim? What's up there? I don't know. But
I really thought it was gonna be Tabitha. or Barbara. That would.
I thought Barbara was gonna go up there and be all like messed up Barbara, but save Jim, but then like do something stupid right after. I don't know. I expected Barbara to come out. That's what I expected, or even someone like Selena, because Selena's everywhere.
But maybe that's just too easy. Maybe that's why they didn't do it, because it's too simple. Because she ran away when Jim was in the apartment. Alice ran away, so why would she follow Jim is my question, and I guess we won't know the answer. They might explain, like, why did you save me? I was following you. If they say that next episode, all right, but we don't know why she randomly appeared.
Yeah, I don't know. So basically, in this episode, we had all the stuff going down with the Mad Hatter and his craziness. And we've covered a good bit of that just now. And we didn't, like in the first 2 episodes where they showed pretty much every character, this episode they only showed a few core characters. And like they showed Jim, and they showed some weird interaction between Leslie and Harvey, and we found out that Leslie is engaged to this guy, Dr. Mario, who I don't like.
Something's up with that.
I don't like him.
I was listening to an after show of Gotham, and this guy made a good point on the after show, saying that if this was Gotham season 1, Leslie and Jim would not have met face to face on the show after the incidents until a couple episodes later, but they immediately just went right for it. And immediately, like as soon as Barnes said, "Oh, Jim's not here anymore. He's not around," he immediately shows up, of course. But they actually meet face to face. I thought Jim handled that conversation well, but you knew he was faking it. But he handled it, like the look on his face was like, "What? You're engaged?" But then he just played it off like, "All right, that's."
And then when he meets Mario, and Mario's all Mr. Creeper. I'm sorry, he was a creeper. He was a creeper in the hospital, very unprofessional. I'm just going to point that out. That was unprofessional, and that was like rubbing salt into a wound. The way he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm Mario. I'm her fiance. Yeah. Oh, yeah, here's your stitches. Yeah, take care. I hope we're cool." No. And then Jim's like, if you hurt her, I will kill you.
Yeah, but then he laughed it off. But I didn't connect the dots until he finally said who he was. But I'm like, because I was wondering, why are they giving him more screen time? Because if it's just him getting stuff, then it'd be just some random doctor. They don't really show his face, but they kept like the camera focused on both of them in the shot. I'm like, what is? And it didn't connect, because I was thinking they're not going to do that. That's too convenient, but they did it. And Jim handled it well until after he got done, and then he said, "I'm going to kill you if you hurt her." And then they both laugh it off. But Jim's not.
Jim was totally
serious. He's been serious. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was great. Now let's not talk about the big reveal yet, because we need to talk. What was doppelganger dude? We were right, basically.
Well,
about him wanting to become Bruce, but in the way, I don't think right now he doesn't want to harm Bruce. He just wants the girl. He has the hots for Selena, and he wants that girl.
I don't know, because that look at the end, that doesn't tell me he's got the hots for her. That look at the end tells me he's going to do something bad.
I don't know. I major props to Cameron Bicandova, Selena. The scene where she goes to Bruce and asks for his help, the acting right there. I think that was the best as far as acting quality in the episode. That scene she shined in that scene. And when Bruce had to say no and she got all upset, I really love the chemistry between these two actors. They really play off each other very well. And when you see Bruce wants to tell her that he can come and help her find Ivy and all of that, he's got little creeper clone doppelganger dude just like peeking through like, "Hey, I'm
going to copy what he says. I'm going to copy the word. I'm sorry." But when the camera was, when she was still in the room with Bruce and the camera was looking at them, and then the camera was slowly turning in the direction of the door where Doppelganger is. I was expecting Doppelganger to walk through the door. Like, I was thinking he was going to come through the door and reveal himself.
Yeah.
He didn't. And then as I'm watching it live, and then when Selena leaves and Bruce says, I'm sorry, then the clones are saying, I'm sorry, and he says it 3 times. At first, I'm like, is he learning words? Is that what he's doing right now? And then it didn't.
The tone.
Yeah, but it didn't hit me until after while I was editing my reaction to the episode, it finally hit me. Oh, he was trying to mimic Bruce Wayne's voice. That's because
his voice and mannerisms. I think Selena.
Noticed something different. Like something.
Yeah, because he took the roller and he cut his hair and he went to go help Selena. And Selena, she is very observant, and he may have gotten Bruce's look almost right. The haircut was really bad. I'm just saying. And just the voice, like, you can have the same accent, but if you don't have the proper mannerisms, people that know you very well are going to call on that. And I think Selena might figure it out before Bruce gets her to warn her. I don't know. And then the other scene we had where Alfred and Bruce were training. Holy
man. The clone, I wonder if at that point he knew what he was doing. Because he was playing it like I was never trained, but yet he can dodge a punch and hit Alfred in the face, and he can't feel pain either.
Yeah, and he'll like burn, but then it's like, no.
Nothing. And I kind of noticed that too, like, oh, he didn't feel that. But I really didn't notice it until he got punched in the face, blood down his nose, and he was like, well, what do you mean? He didn't understand. And then once they asked about that scar in the back, there was no response. Yeah. The look on his face was like, don't you dare talk about that or something. I'm like, what is going on here?
He constantly looks like he's about to go off. Like, you can see it. You can see that he's about to go off. And I thought there was gonna just some kind of big, like, he like attacks Bruce. I saw the scissors, and then I was like, he's gonna attack. No, he didn't. Oh, he's gonna cut his hair. Yeah. So I mean, I probably should have called that, like, when I saw scissors. I probably should have thought, but he was standing over him creepily. I thought he was maybe gonna, like, attack Bruce, and, like, Alfred would have come in and saved him, or Selena, or I don't know. But then he goes and he cuts the hair, and I'm like, yeah, I guess you're gonna go that route, but it's not gonna end too well. I don't think it's gonna end well for him at all.
Do you see this clone actually tricking everybody, and he actually is working for the Court of Owls, or he is just wanting to be Bruce Wayne, and he's just...
That would be incredible. That would be incredible. And speaking about the Court of Owls, I think it was her, but that old mayor, was that woman standing behind him, supporting him? I thought I saw her off to the side. The creepy blonde lady.
I wasn't even paying attention.
But I think she was standing up there behind him, and I was like, dude, Penguin, Oswald, dude, careful.
I need to rewatch that because I don't remember. Maybe because, Bruce noticed her at parties for Wayne Enterprises. So maybe she is, because she is Court of Owls is a secret organization for Gotham. So realistically, you would think that they would be involved with the politics too.
Yeah.
So,
and then we had that scene where Oswald met with the mayor, and the mayor said, I have all these backers, and Oswald said, I know what I need to do, or I don't remember exactly what he did. And at first I thought, I don't know why I thought this. I thought maybe he might go and try and, like, blackmail Jim into helping him. And then he shows up at Arkham, and I'm like, yes, that's how he's getting out. That is how he is getting out. Nigma is out now.
And
he's got a certificate. It's legit. He's sane. He's sane.
He is sane. The greatest moment of the entire episode, the greatest moment of the entire season 3 so far is the one quick shot of Penguin sticking his head out of the window and saying, hello, old friend. And
Oh,
the way he says it and the way it's shot and the way he just pops out,
yeah.
oh God, that bromance is the best. It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's
I love it. Hmm.
I love that scene. Man, they do so. They see the way that Cameron and David do well as Selena and Bruce is the way that Robin and Corey do so great as Nigma and Penguin. I love specific pairings on the show. The way those characters are, the way they play off each other, and seeing Oswald and Nigma constantly, and the fact that Nigma is now out, and who the hell knows what he's gonna do. I can't wait.
It's gonna be interesting because I wonder if Nigma's going to like start figuring out ways to kind of help promote Penguin as the potential. Because I don't know exactly what he can do unless he starts committing crimes that Penguin solves somehow in order to get favor from the police department to kind of side with him.
What if he strikes up a friendship with the Mad Hatter?
Riddler?
Nigma. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it would just depend on what happens with Jim next week, because I'm assuming that they're probably going to go to the GCPD and they realize what's wrong with Jim in terms of what Mad Hatter did.
Hopefully.
So, I don't know.
The thing about that, that was something that I was thinking about after they showed the trailer for the episode 4. I was thinking about that. And so there are several people that Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter, has put under. But apparently only Jim's the one that is still fully being controlled. Because if Jim is still, he can still be controlled by him, then that means that Barbara can still be controlled because he hypnotized her as well.
I think they explained it as he didn't take Jim out of the spell because he got shot by his sister. So I think Jim can still function from what the promo said, but he still's having visions of Mad Hatter in his head. Or maybe you are right, but I think it's the fact that he didn't get, because he got Barbara out of that spell. He did the 1, 2, 3 count, or 3, 2, 1, got her out of that before she cut him, which was good. But I think it's because he didn't bring Jim out of the spell because he just ran after he got shot.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. And honestly, he wouldn't need to put Barbara under a spell to control her or to make her go off craziness. She'd probably like, oh, you want me to cut this dude? Okay, give me a knife. Which one? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man. I loved most of this episode. I really loved. I mean, what I loved overshadows the things that I didn't love so much.
Yeah.
And it feels like each episode, it seems like each season, like they go and they better themselves each episode. So if it's a new character, hopefully it'll get to a point where we love that character. Because a character that was an unsung hero of last season is Nora Price. I loved her. Yeah. I loved that character. And at first they showed her and I was meh. But I loved the actress because she was from the sci-fi's, the American version of Being Human. So I knew her from that. And I knew she was a great actress. So I was like, okay, she's going to be good. They just have to develop this character. I was really bummed when they killed her, though. I was very bummed about that.
But she sacrificed herself because her husband was going crazy. Like, he officially was gone, so.
He went off the deep end, and, yeah.
Hopefully he'll be back, hoping. So.
I hope so, but I don't know what will be his big drive now, because originally, the original, like, storyline behind him, normally we see him, he's wanting to heal his wife. And
well, I mean, he should be dying because Indian Hill monsters are dying.
Yeah.
So he should realistically be dying from whatever Hugo Strange did to him.
I could see him coming back and looking for something to keep him going if his like suit or whatever isn't functioning properly because he doesn't have the resources that he did when he was in Indian Hill and kind of working with Strange. So I don't know. I could see him coming back and trying to steal something that could keep his suit going and keep his life, keep him alive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that it'll be something along the lines of that when he comes back.
I'm hoping he comes back soon, though, because I feel like his character was really well developed before and after the transformation of him actually becoming Mr. Freeze. And even though they were kind of fighting each other, I would like to see Firefly and Mr. Freeze come back together.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool split. Maybe they get together. I mean, I don't know.
And I don't even remember what happened, where he went. Did they just like panned away from his character and we didn't see what happened with him?
We didn't see what happened to either of them. They both like disappeared once the Indian Hill situation went down. They were gone. So
yeah,
they're, as far as I know, they're not arrested. They're not in some jail. They're somewhere out there. So I don't know.
And I'm pretty amused how Selena is looking for Ivy. And she's not going to find I don't think she's going to find Ivy because Ivy is not playing off the Ivy she was anymore. She's probably going to be, schmoozing up some guys and getting where up on the ladder so she can, take charge and become a big baddie. So I think when she is seen again, Selena sees her again, she's going to already have developed herself some. And Selena's going to be like, what the hell?
Well, I mean, if Ivy really wanted to go see Selena, she would have already done it. Like she knows where Selena is or where she goes.
And
they have their spots. You would think if Ivy wanted to see Selena, she would have done it. So clearly she doesn't want to see Selena.
I think she feels a bit betrayed by Selena, even though Selena was like yelling at them to not hurt Ivy. So Ivy still saw that Selena didn't keep her in the loop on things, and Ivy's someone who she holds grudges big time.
Yeah,
that's a thing about Ivy. It's in everywhere that I've seen Ivy. She's always a grudge holder, and I don't see the reunion between Ivy and Selena being nice. I don't see it being very nice.
I don't see it happening anytime soon. I think they're going to hold it off because I think they're wanting to develop Ivy by herself because all they did with her character before the transformation was that she was just kind of there. And so now give her an arc that will make us as an audience like her character by herself and not just a tag along for Selena.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking, because we were talking about how if she's going to get abilities or not, if she doesn't have them yet, Hugo Strange is still alive. I'm just saying. And Fish has him. And she wants to build her army. Just,
maybe that's the second half of maybe that's the second half of season 3 is the monsters return after Hugo Strange figures out how to make sure they don't die. Maybe that's
create more.
Yeah, because they sent him away, and I'm okay. So, second half of season 3 is going to be him becoming mayor. We're going to see the Mad Hatter probably be more because it's called Mad City, so Mad Hatter is going to be involved. I'm assuming when we're going into the mid-season finale, we're going to see Fish Mooney and the monsters assembling, and they're going to come and attack Gotham, and it's going to be something because we saw in season 2 where the first half of the season was Theo Galavan as the main focus.
Yeah.
The second half of the season 2 was oh god, what was it? What was the second half of season 2? I'm blanking right now. What was the second half of season 2 all about? Hugo Strange. Yes, Hugo Strange and Indian Hill monsters. In terms of what they're doing in Indian
Monsters Rising, maybe.
Well, I was trying to remember because the second half of season 2 wasn't Theo Galavan. It was all about Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was blanking. So the first half of season 3 is about Mad Hatter and the mayoral stuff. So realistically, you would think since Fish Mooney is just off, we haven't seen her in a bit.
Yeah.
She's gonna. So second half of season 3, I'm assuming it's going to be monsters are going to come and attack the city, full force, and they're healed and they're stronger, whatever. So I think that's what they're going for. I think.
Yeah, that's probably along the lines of what'll go down.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see more about that. And then I think it's time. We've covered most of the episode, but the big reveal that we have saved for the end of this, that was the moment that I just lost it. I freaking lost it when we see Leslie and Mario for dinner. And then in walks Carmine Falcone.
Yes.
And we find out that Mario is his son. How small world. They weren't in Gotham, so yeah. So you'd think small world if they had been in Gotham when they met, but they weren't. And she's now engaged to Mario, which, oh gosh, I
let's remember, Falcone was the one that helped save Jim in season 2.
That's true.
And Falcone learned Leslie is not in Gotham anymore.
That is true as well.
I'm wondering if Falcone set up Mario with Leslie.
And Leslie just doesn't know, maybe?
Yeah. And also, I was waiting because, see, I still have the theory. The baby was not lost. I still have that theory.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Leslie looked scared. I'm just going to say that. She looked very uncomfortable at that dinner table.
Well, I'm just now because if you're engaged to some other dude, you don't want to tell the other guy that you lied to about the baby that, oh yeah, your kid's still alive.
Well, and she probably does feel trapped though in this engagement, even if she wanted to go back to Jim, because she'd be afraid of Falcone going after Jim. I mean,
they've went at each other before.
Yeah, so. And he's still around. He's still kicking, man.
Do you think Falcone's going to stick around and there's going to be some fighting between Falcone and Jim once he finds out that Mario and Falcone are father-son?
I don't know. I'd really like to see how that plays out. I don't think they're going to show Falcone like every episode. It'll probably be just every now and then he'll pop up, and it's probably going to lead to something really big. But they're not going to show him constantly. I don't think they're going to do that. But it'll probably be, that was like a taste of what's to come, I believe. We saw them at the table, so we know kind of partially what's going down with Leslie and all that, but we don't know everything because, you know, there's a lot of secrets. There were a lot of secrets behind her eyes and all of their eyes, and Falcone basically threatened Jim in a way at the dinner table. In the way he was speaking.
Yeah.
Because he was saying how Mario's mom would say you're too pretty, and someone like that will break your heart, or is only good for trouble, something like that.
True. And I also think he was threatening Leslie too about it, I think.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You're not going to leave my son. You're going to be the opposite of what I just said about breaking my son's heart. I like the explanation he gave of why Mario doesn't have his last name. Like, he couldn't have that, or else he wouldn't be able to be successful with the last name like mine. So he had to. So he changed it. It's intriguing.
Mario looks pretty shady.
Yeah.
He creeps me out. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. It could be the actor, the way he is portraying this character. But when I first saw him, I just kind of wanted to take a step back, or like push Jim slowly out the door and say, "Find another doctor. Just go.
Go get treated by somebody else."
Yeah, because the fact that he went in, found Jim in the hospital to stitch him up, it's very deliberate. And Leslie didn't seem too cool about that. And that right there raises a lot of red flags.
Well, I think after this, Jim's going to start looking into Mario and find out.
Yeah. Jim is very suspicious. He's definitely going to look into Mario, and he's probably going to have to do a lot of digging. But I don't think being Falcone's son, yeah, he's got to have skeletons in his closet.
Exactly. Yeah.
And not just like, the cadavers he had to practice on in medical school. He probably has literal skeletons in his closet.
I think he works with his dad. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. He has a shady look to him, and I do not know why Leslie let herself get involved.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know. The Gotham show writers know, so I guess we'll just have to stay tuned to find out more about that.
Yes.
So I think we have covered this entire episode. If we didn't, sorry. But I think we pretty much
we did. Yeah.
So we will continue to do this every week. If something happens and we can't do it one week, we'll double up episodes. But as of right now, expect these videos to air live Thursday or Friday nights. And stay tuned to next week. And head out to Jordan's channel, subscribe, do the thing.
Yeah.
Comment, like, and subscribe on my channel as well if you liked this. And I will talk to all of you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.